A phone rang out loudly in the dark. A man lazily reached over and pressed a button. A red light shone out, followed immediately by a short beep. Hello? Sir, this is an emergency. Get up now. What happened? Did the Russians launch a nuke? No, sir. There is a... Well, out with it! There's an alien ship hovering over the UN. It's 3 a.m. I'm not in the mood for jokes right now. No, sir, this isn't a joke. It's massive, more than a mile in diameter. Turn on the news and you will see it. Turning on the news, the US president saw reports of the massive alien ship hovering in the sky. What do they want? We're not sure yet. It doesn't seem to be an invasion. If it were, I imagine they wouldn't just be sitting there. The TV flickered and phased to a green blob-looking thing with tentacles coming from several places along its body. A hole opened on the top of its head as a strange screeching came out. The screeching was quickly muffled, turning into a whisper-like background noise as a human voice spoke up. We surrender. What? The president spoke up. What did it just say? We will explain everything to your representatives. Each nation, please gather your representatives at the location under our ship. We come in peace. Call my secretary. Get everything ready. Call the airport and get my plane ready. I'll be at the airport in an hour. Make sure everything is ready to go when I get there. Sir, you're going yourself? Why wouldn't I? That's an alien ship. What if this is a trap? If it is, then we're doomed with or without me. The vice president could be the one to declare war on the aliens. I want to be in person for the peace talks if there are any. That is the reason I was elected after all. Now get everything ready. Yes, sir. Several hours had passed, and he was escorted by his guards out of his plane and into the meeting place for the UN. As he walked in, several nations' leaders had already arrived. Surprisingly, he could understand each one perfectly without the need for a translator. Alien tech, I assume? Most nations had sent a representative in their place. A few leaders, however, just like him, had come to this meeting room. At first, his stress level was fairly high. However, he saw several others chatting away like nothing had ever happened. He could tell by their stiffness, though, that they weren't relaxed. His secretary bought him a drink, and one of his friends, a representative of Italy, sat down and began talking to him. His accent had completely disappeared. I'm talking in Italian, can you believe that? No, I'm still taken aback by this. You're speaking perfect Italian. I can hear you in my native language. There isn't even any translation error. It's like you're a native speaker. What is this? Alien tech, I assume. Must be. Hopefully they're friendly. Same here. After several hours, representatives or leaders from almost every nation had arrived. A blue light shined from behind the podium, then two figures emerged. Hello, humans. My name is Untranslatable. You may call me Bob. This is Untranslatable Scientist. You can call him Crypto. We have come to offer to you our full surrender. One of the leaders spoke up. So you are prepared to bow before God, are you demons? I don't think that's what they meant, another leader interrupted. I apologize. This must seem very confusing to all of you. Allow me to explain. Blue lights appeared in the shape of a machine diagram. What you see here are the designs for a paradox machine. It's an augmented time machine that forcibly merges two timelines together, rather than creating a branch timeline, when one changes the past. The new timeline thus replaces the old timeline, resulting in the changes to the past being absolute. So, it forcibly creates a paradox. One of the humans spoke up, a scientist that had come with the president. Precisely. We can explain the mechanisms at a later time. It's important for you to know about it so that we can continue with our discussion. Crypto here is from the future. Not an alternate future, our future. Well, technically I suppose that he doesn't actually exist, but he does. Before I begin confusing all of you, I will explain. In the future, our species discovered Earth. It is full of resources that we wanted, so we invaded and took it. We enslaved you humans and prospered. But, after time, you humans adapted. You learned, stole our technology, and eventually wiped us out. Our last living scientists created this paradox machine. We could have just split the timeline and changed the future in a different timeline, but then we would be extinct in one of the timelines, and there would be humans who hated us, who could follow us. So we created this, so that as soon as we landed in the past, the future would be forever altered and they could not follow us. We went back to the past to warn our past selves before the invasion began. We tried to conquer you again. This time, we tried to kill you off instead of turning you into slaves. In this version of reality, you were even angrier, even fiercer, and sought revenge even more. We went back even further this time. We advanced our technology and invaded Earth while you were still living in caves. Again, you adapted and overcame. Again, you became even more fearsome, so we tried again and again. Nothing worked. In another version, we tried peace. But you stole our technology and went back to the beginning and colonized our world while we were still single-celled organisms. A failsafe was built into our machine in such an event that we ceased to exist. The machine went to the past with a recording of all of our attempts and played them to our people. We tried everything we could think of. Nothing worked. Even glassing your planet before you evolved did not stop you. Members of your species came from an alternate reality and destroyed us. Crypto is a machine intelligence we designed to mimic us. It has lived for trillions of melanin in every alternate timeline. The only thing we have yet to try is this. Just surrendering. Before anything happens, before anything changes, we surrender to you. We surrender everything. We only ask that you please do not kill us. The room sat in silence as the leaders and representatives pondered over what they just heard.